YouTube, hello! How is it going? I haven't seen you guys in a long while. It's almost like we were just here. Welcome to a special, well, not really special, Osiris Cast. That is right, we're gonna cast some Ark of Osiris today. We haven't casted Ark since Osiris League ended. Quite frankly, after Osiris League ends, I usually take a small break from casting. It's just, it becomes a little bit of a tedious thing, and I honestly, I love casting. I think it's one of the most fun things to do in Rise of Kingdoms as far as I'm concerned in terms of content, but we need to take a little bit of a break after Osiris League, kind of like to get the vocal cords back, to kind of get the excitement back into the game. We've been in TDM for a couple of hours now. These guys are dropping, well, a couple of good gold chests. What we get? What we get in this camera account? Can these guys make this camera account a happy account? Ooh, 3 gold keys. I guess we can open those. Dirty Vader with a $20 super chat. What's up, Vader? You're coming into the second set of streams we're doing today. We streamed for like a couple of hours right before this. The VOD will be available in the channel a little bit later. Thank you very much, Dirty Vader, for the $20 super chat. I want to see if the overlay works. It does. There you are. Bam. Overlay is back to working after T-Congo kind of broke it the other day. And hey, you're the top dog as of right now. Appreciate you very much. Yeah, you have to go. You got Ark as well. Misty, good luck. We cast Ark of Osiris occasionally. This time around, we have TDM from Kingdom. What are they? 382, I want to say. Was I wrong? I might be very wrong. I might not know what on earth I'm talking about. I might be completely out of my mind. That is a possibility. I need to move this that way so I can see what the heck is going on. See, chat, I'm not prepared. Not really, but I am prepared. But anyway, you casted earlier. I watched. Chesco even wrote something in your thing. And the mood with the $4.20 now, the mood, you're making this interesting because you use the other method. And so, for me to show you, I need to actually do this. I need to swap. Bam. There you go. You're still there. Oh, well, we got a technical difficulty. Ooh, yeah. No, there. Fixed. Sorry, Vader. I almost appreciate the $4.20, the mood. Thank you very much. That's really cool of you. You won, yeah. It went well. I saw. I was watching for a little bit. I didn't say anything because I was just sitting there. Maybe the Beast is a hater. Maybe the Beast is someone who comes and goes. He's a lover sometimes, a hater some other times. I'm telling you. Appreciate you, the mood. The $4.20. Now you got your spot on the screen as well for this cast. Here we go again. Yes, sir. It's almost like we didn't do this before, right? So, chat, I'm going to ask you, what do you think? I usually cast like this. Because I want to have the footage like all clean and nice and all that stuff. But when I stream, I usually stream like this. So I feel like leaving this is okay, right? It's not taking up too much space and there's nothing down below anyway that we're hiding per se. Vader's in my kingdom and in your alliance, he's a liar. I am not getting involved in that. I don't get in other people's beds, my man. Ixafolfi, what's up, dude? How you doing? We casting your stream, my man. We're casting your alliance, TDM. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel like after all the time that you were a member in this channel, the least I could have done is casted one of you guys' arcs because you guys are a pretty strong alliance. 6.4 billion power is no joke. And at 957 million power in your matchmaking power, you're fairly close to getting to that 1.2 million dream. Which kingdom? They're in kingdom 382. Except Wolfie and TDM from kingdom 382. I don't know who their opposition is yet, and I can't even click on this. It'll let me view once it's time. But up until then, we're just like, now we can like get in and watch. Sounds about right. I don't know why, but hey, we're in, and we are in Ark, ladies and gentlemen. Our first cast in a long, long time as TDM face some opposition. TDM on this side. Who are their opposition today? No way. Really? TT from 279. All right. All right. I see you guys. Someone go tell Jedi. Someone go tell Jedi, because we're Titans from 279. That's a surprise. That's a big boy surprise. What do you know? Our friends from 279 going up against 382. Oh man, now I'm excited. This is a good matchup right here. Sins of Pride. I know most of these folks. What the heck? What do you know? And they've been telling me that I should cast some of their matches too. What do you know? Hey. Somehow we randomly fell on one of their matches. So it's TDM against TT from 279. We updated the title. I can't update the thumbnail live, but we'll update the thumbnail later for the VOD. These guys are two very strong alliances. TT doing a lot of work to maintain themselves and put themselves at the top tier, getting into Osiris League and all that good stuff. TDM, I believe, made it to the playoffs in Osiris League on their respective region. I believe they were in the Anubis realm, and they made it out to the playoffs. So very good stuff for these guys. And now we're about to see two teams clashing it as, hey, somehow we randomly ended up bumping into our friends from 279. That's a new one. And they've been telling me to come cast TT for a little bit now. Somehow we ended up doing, hey, can you show TT's power? Sure. We can go here, if it lets us. And then here. They're an 8.7 billion power alliance. 8.7 billion power alliance going up against a 6.7 billion power alliance. But in matchmaking rating, these guys are fairly close. 957 to 971. That difference is a little bit of tier 5s. But not enough so that it's a crazy, crazy big difference. This should be a very exciting match. Let me step up my game a little bit further, which I haven't done in a while, which is why I forgot to turn this on. In Ark of Osiris, there are a couple of very important things to note. First and foremost, now that the gates have opened up and folks are about to flood out, you can see the marches are about to get out of the initial buildings. The number one goal in the early stage is to make it out to the open field, and from there, you're going to go occupy the obelisks as well as the outposts. These are the only buildings that are currently available for occupation up until the 52nd minute, in which the shrines and altars become available. There's a shrine right here too. Now, as you can see, the folks of TT are pouring out, and they already have a fast march making its way towards the obelisk. The very early occupation of obelisks is crucial because obelisks allow you to teleport out into the field. You see this circle right here? This is the zone in which you can teleport after occupying the obelisk for 3 minutes. You will be then able to move from the initial territory right here all the way to the out here to the obelisk territory, which will save you a good minute and a half worth of marching out onto the field. The very early stages are more about setting yourself up in the outposts, as well as placing yourself in an aggressive position towards your buildings as well as the enemy's buildings. We currently have 8 rallies being launched, 4 on each side, both on their own obelisks to secure the defense, as well as on the enemy obelisks to do a couple of things. First and foremost, let's talk about what I mean by enemy buildings. As you can see, the Ark of Osiris map is a mirrored map. On this line right here, the map is reflected. So this obelisk is this obelisk, this sky altar is this sky altar, so forth and so on. And so when we say the enemy's building, what I mean by that is a building that crossed this line. This right here would be the blue side, all of this side right here, and this side is the red side. Any building that red team take on this side, it's a blue building or an enemy supposedly building. And so the first few moves are more about picking up your outposts as well as securing positions around your own buildings, as well as aggressing forward towards your opposition's buildings. We're about a couple of minutes into the match. Everybody's starting to pick up their buildings. Blue team picking up their obelisks first. Red team just now picked up their second obelisk. And they're fairly even in the points at this stage in time in their occupation. In Ark of Osiris, what you're doing is you're trying to play for points. The way you gain points is in 3 ways. Number 1, occupying buildings. Each building gives a different amount of points per minute, and the more of these buildings you have in your favor, the more points you're making every minute. You only start gaining minutes at buildings. Wow. You only start getting points after a 3-minute occupation timer, which, as you can see, nobody has points yet as they're still occupying their buildings early on. Once that is done, the point per minute game starts and you start gaining points that way. The second way to gain points is by conquering and capturing the Ark of Osiris, which spawns on the Temple of Osiris. You capture this Ark by grabbing it and taking it to any one of your buildings, and by doing that, you secure yourself some sweet points. I'll tell you what is missing. There's one thing missing in this layout, which I need to figure out how to do really quickly. I think it's like that. I think it's this and that. Maybe it'll work. We'll see. Anyway, as you can see, blue team is picking up all of their buildings, and now they kind of are posturing, standing next to the outposts, which is a really weird play. Usually what you see is something like this. You see, what they did in here is they had a rally, kind of like TT are doing right now, a rally that is marching forward, and the plan of that rally is to break up somewhere at the front, kind of like the folks of TDM did, in order to try to posture forward towards buildings. Now, TDM have chosen to break the rally and then to counterattack that Tel Takeda rally that is marching towards their outpost, their obelisk, which might be a very painful play considering rallying, solo hitting on a Tel Takeda is never a good idea. And now they're actually out of position. 35 seconds remaining. They got to get themselves a little bit closer to the desert altar if they want to secure it very early on. They have positioned themselves correctly around the Shrine of War. They're trying no posturing down this way a little bit. In here, the rally also broke, but there is red forces everywhere nearby. The red team is also very well positioned to hold onto their buildings and probably posturing forward just as much as the blue team did. Wow, red team really posturing forward towards this desert altar early on. They are looking to get that first occupation on this building because that'll gain them 750 points early on. Blue team needs to get in here. Red team securing this building early on, which is what they did, is problems for the folks in TDM and blue, because now red doesn't only hold on to the building, they have plenty of open field presence to try to hold on to this. To make matters worse, Sky Altar is still not picked up by the blue team. Blue team trying to contest the red desert altar that is very well secured, and that red Tel Takeda march is marching towards this obelisk, and it is hitting. It is diverting the attention of a bunch of these TDM marches to try to get rid of them, because this obelisk, if it goes down, it'll be a massive situation for TDM. TDM starting a little bit blue team on the wrong foot. They're not only getting rallied right now and focusing on trying to stop the defense, the offense on their obelisk. They're down an altar, which is one of the most important buildings in the game, and there's still 5 teleports out. They have 5 teleports available to make it out to the field, while the folks in red have already used all of theirs. So there's a little bit of misplays by TDM early on in the match. They have to get their desert altar back. If they don't get their desert altar back within the next 2 minutes, the folks in red are going to secure the first occupation of a desert altar, which will give them 750 points for free. Like I mentioned to you guys, the points per minute game was fairly even. This is why these guys are still very even in terms of their points overall. Curiously enough, TDM using Divine Aid with 4 teleports available, putting them now at 9. 29 versus 30, very important to notice. One player missing in the TDM side against the Titans in red. I'm starting to see a little bit of trouble. There's still a lot of time in this match, 50 minutes remaining, and TDM can definitely step up their game and win this. But they're having a very hard time early on because, well, they're missing a player. They're not teleporting forward. And really, Titans have such a stronghold on this desert altar that this desert altar will probably go first occupation for red, 750 points for free, and that is very, very, very problematic. That is very problematic. Seems like blue team are more focused on posturing towards the middle early on. 5 minutes until the Ark spawns means there's still plenty of time remaining. All of these marches could have been doing something else up until now. 8 teleports available to the 5 on the red team. A little bit of teleport issues as teleports are available but not used. It's both teams did use Divine Aid skill, which means they utilized the skill to get 5 more teleports, but neither team really have used those yet. So I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like they could have potentially done something else with that skill. The only reason skills are very, very important is because of their timing more than anything. If you're keeping up with 5 teleports, you are dreaming, or this video are too old. Honda, I have no clue what you just said. I have no clue what you just said. You just broke my immersion with a comment that is completely, wow, okay. Anyway, going back into the mode of casting, TT rallying the Shrine of Life. Shrine of Life was secured by TDM. It was secured by TDM, but it's getting rallied, and this rally has a lot of open field presence to help it. I kind of don't see why they're not just hitting the building rather than just stand right next to it. You might as well help the rally, which 2 marches are doing. Now the rest of them are joining up the crew. While that's going on, danger in the Shrine of War. No! Danger in the Shrine of War as lots of red presence early on. Attila Takeda rallying this building with a lot of open field presence. TDM are having a really tough time. First occupation is going to go in favor of the red team for that desert altar. And so, yeah, trouble indeed for the folks in blue. They're starting with 300 points per minute less for them. They missed up a first occupation bonus of 750 points. And now they're on the back foot very, very heavily. To make matters worse, they lose their Shrine of War 2 minutes and 48 seconds before the Ark of Osiris is spawned, which is trouble. This is what red team are trying to do. They're trying to get that extra 5% attack and defense buffs that the Shrine of War give you so that they can contest for the middle very, very, very well. And really, blue team is in a lot of trouble. They have a lot of middle presence. They're trying to lock in red very far up, but red team right now has 2 Shrines of Wars, 2 desert altars. The sky altar is holding, but barely. The buildings game is way ahead for the red team. They're, what, 460 points per minute ahead of TDM. Even if they give up the middle right now, which the first Ark is worth 3,000 points, by the time this Ark is spawned and by the time the Ark is it will get to its place, those 3,000 points worth of a lead per se would go out the window. At this stage, red team with 2,200 points in the lead, 2 minutes more will make it almost 3,000 points. For red team, it'll be catch-up time to get this. For blue team, it'll be catch-up time if they can, but it will not give them the lead. And the points per minute is very, very, very problematic right now for TDM. TDM are a little bit lacking coordination. 7 teleports still available. Nobody teleporting forward is really, really problematic. It means that folks are going to have very, very big problems early on. I don't think it's GG at all, but I think that TDM really, they need to step it up, and they need to step it up big time. They're falling back now off of the center. This is why I don't like this play. One of the comments that during Osiris League was very popular was, don't let the fight happen in here. Have the fight happen up front. This was something that Chisco said quite a bit, that he would prefer seeing the blue team holding up here compared to the blue team holding in here. And they did it, but they went way too far. If you want to hold an area, you really want to try to stay behind these trees. You want to stay within the corridor. You don't want to get out, because what ended up happening is whatever was in the middle here went this way, and then red team came from this side, and look at them in here. So all of that blue team did right now, out the window it went really quickly. Red team have the presence they need to have in the middle, and quite frankly, even if they don't, They are leading by over 3,000 points at this stage. This arc that's coming up in 10 seconds is going to take a minute and a half to march straight home, which means even if blue team pick it up, red team will be like 600-700 points ahead. Very, very tough things to start off with. This arc is a must for the blue team to be able to even get back into this. Metacog is trying to pick it up, but he's a bit too late. Trunks is going to get it, which is good news for TDM because that means it drops on their side, and it means he can start marching it backwards. It's not the worst thing on earth. He's doing it with a Richard, which is problematic because he's very, very slow. TDM is going to get converged on in a second. Titans are just like, all right, Richard with a ton of debuffs. Let's pick him off. Why not? TDM dropped the war drums. Where? Drop the war drums right here. Very small presence in here, really. And with all of these debuffs the Ark does, any Ark carrier is going to get swarmed instantly. 200% damage taken, 50% march reduction. I mean, this homie is about to feel the pain of whatever hits him because it doesn't matter what does, it'll do crazy amount of damage. Red team on top of all that, taking an obelisk away from the blue team. It looks like Titans are very, 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 very well geared. Very well geared for a match that the folks in blue have no real clue what to do with right now. They've really got caught off guard. Oof, it's rough. 4 altars, lost an obelisk, about to lose the Ark. Oof, not the best of starts, not the best of situations to find yourself in. But it doesn't mean that there's nothing we can do about this cast. We can back off real quick and unsimplify the graphics. That'd be fine. We can definitely do that. It'll instantly simplify them back though, but that's okay. 279 are definitely much better geared for this arc than TDM are. I think that TDM got caught off guard early and really, really got beaten down. But let's enjoy this arc and see how we can utilize this arc time for you guys to ask questions about arc, as well as for me to give you some tips and tricks and things that you can do along the way, optimizations and all that cool stuff. So if you have any questions, if you haven't done arc before, if you have any strategy things that you want to go over, this is your time to ask questions in the chat. I'm totally down to do that. And yeah, blue team is just getting pummeled. The folks in Titans came in here with such a solid plan. Red team and TT came with such a solid plan that quite frankly, it's so tough. It's so tough and this is why casting arcs is rough, right? Because we can't know how this is going to end up. I had no idea this was going to go like this, and out the window we go real quick. So first occupation of an enemy building gives bonus points. Dev, first occupation of any building gives you bonus points. Every single building, if we go look at them, will have a first occupation a column and then continuous occupation. It doesn't matter which one it is. Your buildings do it too. Every single building has a first occupation bonus. So theoretically, right, if you first occupy every one of your buildings and the other team does too, it evens up. But if you pick up someone else's, then you're taking a huge advantage early on. Is there that's a good question. Absent season 1. Lol. That's awkward. That's awkward. Maybe because they're both from 2 different realms, right? I believe they're both from different realms. I think TT was with us and TDM are not with us, which is why that happened, which is actually kind of funny. Tip, never use Alex for Garrison. I see so much during Arc. I definitely tend to agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I 100% agree with that. So this Arc is still being contested. TDM are showing up. They can still take it for sure. But at 3,000 points, it's going to just close a little bit of this gap, this 6,000 plus point gap early on. But the problem is every minute that takes, the folks in red are picking up another 780 points. When enemies rally your obelisks in the beginning, is there a time or is it is there time, or is it wise to try to counter rally it? S, you can definitely make it into the building in time to secure it. It's why folks also rally their own building as well as the enemy building. That way their own rallies make it to the building before the enemy rallies get there. And if you have that set up, then at that point, what happens is there will be enough time for folks to teleport close to the obelisk to refill it. It's very rare that the enemy actually hits your obelisk. Folks haven't done that for a while, but it's definitely something that does get done, and you saw it right here. It's happening again. TDM are not going to let this go without a fight. They're rallying the Desert Altar, which is a really decent rally so far. They're trying to get back their Sky Altar, which this rally is not going to be too successful. A Yi Song-ye-led rally. Oof. Oof, indeed. Another skill being used by TDM to just try to get in here, but just no bueno as this building holds two. We have a Shrine of Life that's also blinking, and this is going to go in the favor of blue, back in their favor. So they are putting in the moves. Red team is just trying to be a nuisance. They know that these folks are going to try to aim for their Desert Alt, for that outpost with this Ark. So what do? They take the outpost away. That's fine. You can take the outpost away. Personally, I'm starting to lean towards go towards the Shrine of War with an Ark, or towards a Desert Altar. Just a building that is easier to secure than the outpost per se, but hey, it is what it is. All right, I'm done for the night. Good night, Cheese Grilled. Thank you for being here. Hi, is it good to rally Attila with Cao Cao? No, I mean Attila and Cao Cao, they're okay. Attila Takeda is really what you want to do. It's really what you want to do, quite frankly. Attila Cao Cao, it's all right. I don't know. I honestly think that expertising Takeda over expertising Attila is the play too. Look at Metacog trying to, with a fast march, make his way around to just do more damage. Blue folks trying to figuring it out, but he is going to cut them through and through and make it here. Red march right here that was in the outpost. Outpost completely empty, but still red, by the way, is making its way to stop the Ark carrier. They're trying to slow down the pain. They're trying to slow down this Ark from making it home for the blue team. It's going to be really tough to stop this Ark from going back home for the blue team now that they're there. But quite frankly, any delay works well for the red team as they gain 710 points every single minute ahead of the blue team. And they're already 9,000 points up, and they're trying to get it as high as possible. For the record, 37 minutes, 9,000 points, very easy to come back from. The problem here is that to come back, the blue team has to do two things. They need to pick up the Ark and stop the bleeding, and they're just not able to stop the bleeding. The 4 altars are red right now, and that's a huge problem. In Ark of Osiris, the altars are worth 150 points each. On the map, every single building together gives you 1,180 points, which means holding 4 altars gives you 600 points per minute, which is more than half of the map. By holding on to 4 altars all match long, you pretty much win the game, no matter what. The other team can take all the arcs, and they can take everything. They can take everything. So long as you hold your side and 4 altars, what happens is this. And there is not enough time between 4 arcs to make it easier for you to win. Even if right now red team give up on all the arcs, as long as they maintain the 4 altars, they win the game. Why? This arc has taken way too long to get back home for blue. It's been out there for at least 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 780 points per minute. You're at 3,500 points. You've already made up that difference. Once this arc gets submitted, there's going to be between a 7 and 8 minute timer for the next one. At 700 plus points per minute, 8 minutes worth of that is already worth more than the next arc is. And by the time that the next arc is occupied, you're still gaining points. And by the time the next arc is there, you've already outgained the arc. So as long as you're holding on to 4 altars, you pretty much win the game. There's absolutely no math that'll make 4 altars and your side of the map. There's absolutely no way for the other team to win. It's just mathematically impossible. You're just going to outgain them all the time. Right now, the blue team have managed to secure their Shrine of Life, which is how they have about 660 points in favor of red rather than the 700 plus. And now they took away an altar. That's how you start. You want to stop the bleeding. Blue team finally managing to stop the bleeding at the 35th minute of the 25th minute of the match. They take back their Sky Altar. Now they're trying for their Desert Altar, which for the record, they haven't owned a single time in the first 25 minutes. So they're not only not gaining points from this building, but red team is not only gaining points, but they're also stopping the blue team from gaining these points. There's a rally marching towards the Shrine of War, and there's also another attack rally, an Attila Takeda rally on a Sky Altar. Very good stuff by TDM. They're looking to try to hold on to this building, to get this building away from TT, and this is how they come back. They need to get these altars under control. They don't even need to hold on to the altars. Quite frankly, all they need to do is they need to stop red team from gaining points. At this stage, red team is gaining 640 points every single minute. For the folks in blue to be able to come back, they have to stop that. They need to slow that number down drastically. But the problem is, while they're fighting for altars, they lose the Shrine of War, a building that's worth its weight in gold in terms of the buffs and debuffs you get out of it. And red team now place themselves in a place where they can steal this Ark. Are they going to steal this Ark? They are. Wow. Wow. Red team just yoinked an Ark away from blue team. Impressive. Did you guys see what just happened? What happened is one of the worst fears you can have as an Ark team. Folks are too used to going to the outpost. The problem with the outpost is that it can only fit 500,000 troops, which is less than 2 marches. And if you have 1 march in there holding onto the building, that second march coming in with the Ark has to be less than the amount you can have in the building. Problem is that 1 march is easy to get rid of. And what red team did is they got rid of that 1 march. They had enough people in to hold on to the outpost. They picked up the Ark. They cleared the outpost and made their way in with the Ark. They literally just stole an Ark from the blue team in their own territory. Oof. Oof. Let's put it this way. TDM definitely are just going to shake this one off and be like, it is what it is. It is what it is. No Shrine of War success in here. They did take the Sky Altar away. Look at the difference. 490 points now in their favor, in the favor of red team. But it's just too hard to come back from. Now, again, TDM closing that gap. Now, they managed to get to a point where the red team is only owning half of the map. They can now try to secure themselves some points per minute. But with 31 minutes remaining, another couple of arcs that can come out. There is 6 minutes till the next arc spawns. Blue team has to figure out how to gain points quick. For them to get back into this, it's going to be very hard, but with 31 minutes, it is doable. What they need to do first and foremost is get their Shrine of War back. After they get their Shrine of War back, they need to start making it so that red team doesn't just do what they want. Right now, red team is doing whatever they want, and that's a problem. It's a problem because they then choose how the game is going to be played. What blue team needs to do is they need to put enough aggression so that the red team starts having to act the way they want them to act. For that, they need to start attacking more the Desert Altar on the other side. This Desert Altar, blue Desert Altar, was never blue. They need to get back that. They need to also start challenging those outposts a little bit more, the obelisks a little bit more. They need to start doing something to take red team out of their game. Folks are sleeping on the outposts, right? But these are 30 points per minute. 90 points out of these 3 buildings. And I can promise to you this building's empty. I can promise to you this building's empty. Jedi is not here anymore. You can get in here and yoink 90 points away from red team just like that. Folks sleep on the outposts a bit too much. Red team is doing the same, but they have picked up this outpost for arc carrying purposes. What's the best counter rally on Attila Takeda in your opinion? Might have missed your answer. I don't have an answer for that. I really don't. We've been trying to test different things to counter Attila Takeda. Countering Attila Takeda is just Attila Takeda. And even that's not very good. Even that is not very good, unfortunately. Even that's not the best. Yeah. That's what I can say, quite honestly. Attila Takeda is so hard to rally against, to get, it's impossible. That's why it sucks. You can try, I've seen Saladin Takeda doing good. I've seen Khan Saladin doing okay. You really don't want to rally with infantry because it'll just be a waste of your time, too slow, too annoying. You don't want to rally with archers, you'll just get wrecked. So all you're left is cavalry marches. So I'd say Khan, Saladin, Takeda are very good options, are the best options you have, really. Guan Alex, I'm not a fan of infantry rallies. Way too slow. Way too slow. You're going to sit there like... And by the time that march is marching, someone's going to counter-rally your counter-rally with an Attila Takeda, and that's just going to suck. A Genghis Khan Saladin rally took out our Attila Takeda that was hitting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A Genghis Khan Saladin is not a bad march. Guan and Alex move like the wind. Guan and Alex are fast. It's infantry. It's infantry. Use Attila Takeda to also counter. Yep. Guan Alex is extremely fast. It's infantry. I'll still take archers. I'll still take cavalry over it. You're going to get massive losses there. Infantry. Rest in peace, infantry, really. Really, rest in peace, infantry. TDM doing what they need to do. They need to put pressure. The problem is, quite honestly, like, this Attila Takeda against this defense is not enough. They're going to need more than this. Red team is comfortable. They're just chilling. They're waiting for the right opportunity. There's pressure coming down now by blue team finally, but the timing is off. The rally is half dead, more than half dead, and only now the field support is coming in, which is hugely problematic because this rally doesn't have that much juice remaining in it. And honestly, the folks in TT are kind of late to the party up here too, but they're comfortable with their Attila Takeda going ham with those tier 5s. And here I believe there's a little bit of tier 4s in there. I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, a counter rally, there it is. A Khan counter rally coming in against this rally makes the red team even less wary about this. And what is Law doing? Law is just sitting here and chilling. Now you're counter rallying the rally. Here's the problem, right? This counter rally is 100% useless if Attila Takeda take this building. For Law to go up against a counter rally is very unproductive. What Law wants to do is he wants to attack the building or he wants to stop the swarmers. This counter rally is going to be there no matter what. But if Attila Takeda take the building, that's the priority. So the lack of priority is the big issue. Law now realizing this, going up against the rally, the building, but that's way too little too late. This Ethelfled could have done massive work to help Attila Takeda out, but it was just way, way too late. And now this counter rally will disband, which is all good. The swarm is still here, but there's not enough in here. TDM are just completely missing their timings, and that's a huge problem. They're very, very unsynchronized, and that is going to cause massive, massive problems in their gameplay. What you want to do is you want to send your swarmers ahead of the rally, and then the swarmers come in with the rally. The rally hits, the swarmers hit. And that's how you really want to do it. How to counter Attila Takeda? You don't. You can only hope to lessen the losses. That's as sad as that sounds. That's pretty much that. Desert Altar that's supposed to be blue, not once blue. TT just holding onto it for dear life. Shrine of War being rallied by an Edward that is getting pummeled by a couple of infantry marches, and that's in a counter rally with an Ethelfled being led. A counter rally led by Ethelfled. Out the window, this rally goes to, man, TDM are really, really, really taking a beating in here. TDM are really taking a beating in here. And I think that's a good thing. They're going to learn a lot out of this. I wish JWM2 would take more beatings in regular arcs. I really do. I wish during regular arcs, folks would challenge a little more so that we can learn and improve. This is a great run for TDM because it prepares them for what will come next season in Osiris League. They're getting better by experiencing all these different weaknesses they have and lack of timings and all that they do have. So this is a good thing for them. Ark of Osiris on the field, and this one is completely insignificant considering the red team is 18,000 points plus in the lead. It's highly pointless, but still, blue team are still in this, and they're still going as much as they can. Let's go take a quick peek. Blue team picking up the Ark is a great start, but they're about to get ganked from behind. They're getting all over the place. Folks are coming in from all over the place. Let's look at really quickly at the individual points to make sure everybody's getting their rewards. Blue team have a few folks, 4 folks that need to step it up to get those 10,000 points. They have 24 minutes remaining to get to 10,000 to get the max rewards, including Trunks, interestingly enough. And down here, one guy coming in, I guess, late maybe. Obi Will, trying to get to those 10,000. Easy peasy, not a problem. Our top dog so far being Le Devil with 65,000 points and AK right behind him, trying to take that top MVP stat. Red team coming in from behind. Blue team is 2. I like this play a little bit. I like that they're trying to kind of like stop this from pouring in. But truthfully, red team is running away with the Ark, and all of these guys are way out of position to do anything about it. Ark was dropped. Sins of Pride goes home back. But as he goes home, more red marches are coming in, more blue marches are coming in, and now the brawl is here. Finally, TDM take their own desert altar. 37 minutes into the match, their building is finally theirs. Hallelujah. One more building, and they have their half of the map in their favor, which is the Shrine of Life, which is currently getting contested, but there's a lot of open field presence by red team in here. And they're going to try to take back this altar. They're not going to let that altar sit. In the meantime, though, 380 points per minute in the favor of red team means that they can take this Ark slowly and steadily. The longer the time goes, the better it is. The longer the time goes, the better it is. That's the name of the game right now. As for TT, this is just open field fun at this stage. Trying to get the extra rewards, trying to get the extra stuff out of it. Hey, not every Ark works out perfectly. I think that TDM are getting a very, very good lesson as to where their weaknesses are. I think that this worked out against the folks in TT and the red team because they managed to break TDM a bit too early. And so it leaves them less opportunities to figure out their own issues. So winning an Ark is a good thing, but you always really want to get an Ark that you can improve out of and get yourself a little bit better. Of course, you can decide to start testing timings and all that now that you have 22 minutes remaining and a match pretty well secured in the bag. This is when you can start experimenting too in a real Ark scenario, so TT can still make the best out of this. I think that out of the two, the Sculptures and Win will go to TT, but the lesson learned and the improvement points and the growth in Ark of Osiris will be in favor of TDM, in my opinion. They're definitely starting to understand. They'll definitely understand what some of their weaknesses are. Here's a great example. They are very capable of taking this desert altar. This Hotel Takeda is going to be successful. Unless red team start focusing more on reinforcing the building, there's a counter rally coming in, which is mixed troops. Is this an Hotel Takeda with archers in it? Oy vey, Titans. No comments, and it's not even a counter rally. It's going up this way. It has archers in it. I don't even know why they're still marching this. I guess. There goes a desert altar in favor of TDM. This is what I'm talking about. They are starting to pick up the pace. Unfortunately, 21 minutes remaining is way too little too late. A 20,000 point gap between them. But they're now taking buildings. I wonder if it's because TT let go of the gas rather than blue team really stepping it up. But regardless, 3 altars is a great start. 2 of their altars are being contested. A 4th one trying to be taken right here. Desert altar, blue team desert altar is very well protected. Sky altar is about to go down. If these blue marches don't go into the building, this is what I'm talking about. They need to go into the building, defend the building, over rally the building. Because guess what? Congratulations. You're still out here, Bedla, but you lost the building. You lost 150 points per minute. You've lost a huge part by going up against an Hotel Takeda on the open field that makes no sense. Even if you lost a match, you should still work on your mechanics. You should still try to get yourself to a point where you're improving your gameplay. Even if it's swapping troops in and out of a building, that's such a crucial mechanic to get done. Sky Altar went in favor of blue. Very surprising stuff. They're starting to take altars away from red team, which is impressive in its own. They've taken the points per minute lead for the first time ever with 10 points per minute. So at least they're stopping the bleeding. They could try to get this to be like a fairly less of a one-sided match, But again, with 3,500 points marching in favor of the red team, they're not even looking to stop. They just keep going. They just keep going. 19 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. Even if just so you get a little bit of context, if the blue team now take all the buildings, every single one of them, all the map, only then they'll get close enough to be able to potentially beat the red team in terms of points per minute right now. If this arc goes in favor of red, then even if they take the whole building right now, the folks in blue, they don't stand a chance to win. They're going to need also an arc, and they're going to need provisions. So in terms of the math, they're now 90 points per minute ahead, which is a great thing for them. But with 20 minutes remaining, they're really going to need to get this arc in some shape or form. They need to hold on to the points per minute lead, and they need to provision like crazy. It's too little too late. It's way too little too late. It's been too little too late for about 15 minutes or so. But regardless, we don't give up on teams, right? There's still always ways to try to come back into this. I always want to give you guys the perspective on what are things that can be done in certain situations. And quite frankly, it's not losing a match doesn't mean that you need to lose it badly. You can still utilize the time you have left in Ark to get better at mechanics, to get better at strategies, to time your marches better, to improve yourself. Remember, you're locking yourself in for an hour worth of a game. So at least make sure that if you lost 30 minutes in, that you spend the next 30 minutes improving your own gameplay, your team's gameplay, your synergy, your timings, your provisioning expertise, how you set up your commanders, fix your timers, anything of that. Use that time to get better. And this is what I believe TDM are trying to do. They're trying to get themselves into a better place. Although this match, oof, it was a rough one. It was definitely a rough one. And I'm pretty confident TDM did not think it would come out this way. Titans are a very strong team. They're no joke. These guys are well coordinated, and they're working their way to make it to the top. And so, yeah, this is a very dominant win for them. Again, they take their altars back, and they take every altar back. Every single one of them. What do? There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do, chat. There's nothing you can do. They're just, much better coordinated. They know what they're doing. TDM are one man down. They have 8 teleports available. Red team does have 6, by the way, but that's not the biggest of deals at this stage. But for a team that's on its back foot, I would have assumed that 8 teleports would be used. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people are left behind. 9 people never teleported altogether. On Titan's side, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. So even this is a lot of folks who haven't teleported, considering there's 7 teleports available. You really want to teleport, chat. You really, really want to teleport. You do want to teleport. That's going to save you over about a minute and a half worth of marching. You really, really, really want to make sure you're teleporting. Even if it means stick your troops inside your friends' cities for a couple of minutes just so you can teleport. Once you do that, you teleport, you've saved yourself a ton of time. Blue team never had a chance here, man. They can't even hold on to their own buildings. They lost an arc on their own side. They literally got yoinked out of an arc in their outpost, which is fairly outrageous. It's a play that we've seen multiple teams try to make in the past. I've never seen it getting done, and today was the first time that I actually saw an arc getting yoinked in the backfield of a team. Yes, the blue team will take their Sky Altar back with this swarm. It'll finally take the Sky Altar back, and it'll stop the bleeding a little bit because this building is ticking for points for red team. Am I going to go off stream after this arc? Yes, Dev. I need to eat dinner. It's like midnight, and I haven't eaten yet. And then I got a bunch of editing to do for tomorrow. We got videos coming out this week. Yes, Saturday I was a little MIA, but after this, I think I'm going to go off, make me some food, and edit, stream, and yeah, that's about that. 279 representing an arc lately, yeah. TT, Ross, this randomly happened. I'm casting from TDM side, and then next thing you know, I was like, who's their enemy? And poof, there's TT. What do you know? Check your honor before going off? Sure. It's not this account. It's not this account, so I need to fire up the big account. It's not this account. So far, it looks like TDM could take their altar back. This is what they should be doing. Their altar will tick for points for Desert for the folks of Titans for at least a few moments. Now is the moment it starts. What are you going to eat? I'm going to make a breakfast burrito at night. Eggs, some bell peppers, like these very, very good like sausages that are not really like sausages. There's like, I'm gonna chop them up and I'm gonna burn them nice and make them like nice and fried, and then eggs obviously, and then when all that's nice and warm, get some cheese in there, get some good stuff in there, make me like 2 breakfast burritos for dinner. I love breakfast burritos. I actually eat those like crazy. I'll eat some tomorrow morning too for sure. It's just that I need to make, I'm gonna also put I'm gonna put a pot of rice to have rice for tomorrow for lunch, but for today, for right now, a little bit of bell peppers to make a little bit of sweetness out of it, some eggs, some couple of pieces of meat that are gonna make it like nice and extra protein based per se. A couple of eggs along the way, some cheese, maybe some cream cheese. We'll see. Cream cheese. It's 2 of these bad boys, 4 eggs, done deal. Do you know that most chefs are asked to make omelets in order to determine their cooking skills? I've heard. I watched Gordon Ramsay's wow. For his 10 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, he made a video on making omelet, on how to make eggs. He made scrambled eggs, not omelet, but it's the same thing. I've heard something of that. I didn't know that was really a thing, per se. I didn't know that was a real thing. That's good to know. It requires so many different methods of making it correctly. True. TT are killing it? Oh, yeah. TT have been... You bake an omelet, not flat top or saute. Interesting. Warring in KVK and watching your stream Sunday night doesn't get much better than that whilst in lockdown. Jack, I appreciate you very much. Gordon Ramsay is on a different level. Let's not go there. Oh, man. Have you guys watched Gordon Ramsay doing the Hot Ones challenge? Hot Ones, Hot Wings? Ugh. Ugh. Lockdown does suck. We're off of lockdown, technically. Still no opponent in my Ark. Really, Wolf? How's the restart project going? It's going good. So, Did you see the Hot Wings challenge guy interview himself? Sean Evans is by far one of the best interviewers in the world. He had milk and all types of goodies in his bag. Yeah, and then he squirts some lemon juice, squirts some eats the wing, eats a bite of the. It was just hysterical, and he cussed the whole time. He was well prepared for Hot Ones. He was. Sean Evans is one of the best interviewers in the interview game, period. So the restart project, right? So it's a weird situation right now, right? Because I was told that the alliance that I was in is doing like a power cap thing, and by end of today I was supposed to be like 750,000 point power. I'm not that because I haven't really pushed, because I want to push in a video, but I have so much content backed up that I haven't gotten to record jumper stuff yet. I want to do the jumper guide sometime this week, and then a first update on the jumper project and what to do in the early game with top 5 tips and tricks and all that good stuff. But yeah, I was gonna move alliances. Now I was told to come back to this alliance. I don't even know. I'll figure it out after the stream. How often do free TPs appear and what time intervals? That's a great question. For every obelisk that you hold, every 5 minutes, I believe, you get a teleport. For every 5 minutes, you get a teleport, if I'm not mistaken. Right, chat? Okay, here. The alliance previous will grant you 2 teleport chances. While occupied, the obelisk will produce an additional teleport for every 5 minutes. So yes, 1 every 5 minutes. For every obelisk you own. So if you own the enemy's obelisks for 5 minutes, you're gonna get those 2. Your jumper project is free to play. Yes, Cool Demons, it is free to play. It is indeed free to play. And it's like 100% free to play. It's not, I bought a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but I'm overall a free to play, but not really like 100% a free to play, but I am a free to play, but not really, but I am a free to play, but I'm not a free to play. No, not in here. Not in here. We're 100% free to play. No packs, no writer of histories, no, none of that. 100%, 0 spent. I'm from 81. What's up, Alan? We went against 280 second team today. Took their obelisk with siege rally about halfway through the arc. Oof. We're fighting with 3 rallies. Would you like to live stream us? Lost Kingdom 57. Right now, Alan, are you doing it right now? Shots fired at Ronnie? Nah, not only Ronnie. Anyone who says I'm a free to play player, but I buy a little bit here and a little bit there. No, that has nothing to do with Ronnie. I know a lot of folks who are free to play with the exception of buying the gem supply every month. You're getting what? 20,000 gems a month? You're getting 20,000 gems a month. You're free to play with the exception of the 22,000 gems a month you get out of that. Other than that, you're a free to play player, right? 100%, no $0. At least until someone says like, here, have 15 grand and spend it. Although technically, even then I probably wouldn't do it. I'm gonna start focusing my spending on the big account still, but once I get the jumper into 541, if I end up going there at the end of the day, that's when I'll start spending a little bit on there too. Why don't you join Dragothian's K916 project? No particular reason. I joined a jumper group and I made a jumper. I made like a new project, a new jumper. I'm gonna make a new jumper guide for 2020 with a ton of tips and tricks and all that good stuff. I try to stay away from other content creators. So they can do their own thing, I can do my own thing, and all is good. All of these projects that most content creators start usually never work. Projects that content creators start don't last that long because they are a huge target. People like literally target content creators' projects to mess up with the content creators. It's why I don't make my own kingdom. It's why I don't make my own jumper group. It's why I don't make anything. I join things. Even then people target us, but at least it's like you could target me, I'm part of this group, or you can go target this content creator's whole project. This is what people do. I mean, you guys think that Chisco's a bad player. That guy keeps getting followed everywhere he goes. Like, folks literally go after him to try to knock him down. He's not a bad player. He just keeps putting himself at the spotlight of his projects, and then people go after that. They're kind of like flies going after the light, right? So I try to stay in the dark. That keeps me sane. What day are you gonna upload your jumper account guide? I think tomorrow, Cool Demons. So after this stream, I'm gonna go eat, and I'm gonna edit the little bit of footage that I already have from the jump that I want to include in the guide. And then I'm going to record a little bit of before and a little bit of after with tips and tricks of things that you can do. I was in 507. That kingdom was not ruined by him or people targeting him. See, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But that was because he wasn't in the spotlight. It was just he was there. And so you had the ability to enjoy the game, and he had the ability to enjoy the game without people are like, ooh, Chiskel server. Yoink. You know? And it happens. It happens more than you think. Like, I wasn't going to stream the jumper because I feared someone trying to mess with it. And thankfully, the community, as far as I'm concerned, the community has been fairly nice to me. Like, folks haven't really gone after me maliciously. Folks have gone after maliciously after a few other content creators for sure. I've gotten lucky enough to not piss off the wrong people, I guess. And so they're nice to me to an extent. And when you join a group, when you're like, I'm just part of this, I'm not the owner, other people who are part of this group will do a much better job at trying to hold on to it, right? So when someone shows up into, let's say, a fight with Chiskel, and then goes, and I'm using Chiskel just as an example. When someone goes, Chiskel, you're the reason we're here. You're the this, you're the that, you're the that. The folks in his project are like, we're part of his project, we're part of all this, but he's getting so much hate. Why are we involved in all of this hate per se? When I'm somewhere, I'm part of it, right? So when someone goes and messes with Legends Gaming, which I was there before, with JWM, which I'm there now, there are people in there who are like, yo, you're coming after us to get to him? Oh, hell no. You're not getting through us. Not because they're defending me, but because they're defending their own position. You know what I mean? Like, as part of being part of JWM, folks who want to target JWM to get to me will have to get through JWM because they care about themselves and their group and who they are more than they care about who's targeting for me. I'm just part of that group. And so when you have folks who are like, oh, well, we're just getting these enemies who are just trying to get him, they try to defend his name and his group. But at some point they're like, why are we going through all this turbulation if all they want is him, you know? And that sucks. That really does suck. And it works out. And for the record, I really like what he does. I really like every project that he made. 75 is looking really, really good. They might have lost their KVK, but they're doing really, really good. A lot of people migrating away from 59. Probably. I'm assuming so. I have no clue what's going to happen after KVK. I know some folks are migrating. I don't know who is migrating where and why. It's part of the game, right? Like, every kingdom ends up dying eventually. Every kingdom ends up dying eventually. Like, if you think that you're going to hold on to your kingdom forever, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. If you're looking to really enjoy this game and make it to the next level in this game, what you want to do is you want to find yourself a group of players that you can play with no matter where you end up going. And ideally, you want to build a stable kingdom, a kingdom where folks have their passports, have time to get passports, have time to enjoy themselves, and have time to chill for a little bit. You don't want to migrate every other month because that just sucks. That just sucks. And also, like, most people won't be able to eventually. All the kingdoms will start to struggle a lot, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the Imperium bubble is the way to go. Some people leave, some people come in. That's if you can keep yourself, like, at the bottom. The problem that happened was that Imperium was implemented and 59, 93, 46, I can keep going with names, were just like so far up there that there was absolutely no way. There was absolutely no way. Even, I doubt that even if half of K59 leave, it'll be enough to get us to a point where we can drop off of Imperium even for 5 minutes. It was just implemented in a way that just destroyed. I think equipment should be available in migration like commanders. Not fair to use the coin in KVK Season 2. The coin is garbage. The coin is not that good. It's really not giving you that much. It's really not doing that much, man. GG's for the folks of TDM. Folks of TDM took a beating and a half. They did take the most valuable player. Let's go take a peek at the statistics. They've killed more. Whew. They've healed less. You can see everything on the table right here. It's this and that, like straight up. They didn't provision at all. At all. Very, 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 very tough times. Very, very tough time. You can't win an Ark like this. They do have more kills, congrats, but the kills don't do much. The kills don't do much at all. In a game where points are what matters, and points per minute is what matters, is Ark of Osiris is what matters, and all that is what matters. You know what's crazy? Even your kill count resets. You get 0 kills in the beginning of the Ark. Your kill count goes up based on your Ark kills, and then it goes away. So, yeah, rough stuff. Rough stuff for the folks of TDM, but GG's to both teams. Let's get some GG's in the chat. Let's at least show some spirit for the good, for the teams here who played. GG to the folks of the Titans. Great win for them. Deadly Migrants have a little bit more to learn, but this is a great match for them. Let's get those GG's up in the air. Some positive vibes, some competitive vibes. I'll throw some GG's in too. 47 beat IKM, so there is going to be... That's going for 382 at least. Nice. Hey, it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. Migrate to a new server in order to play KVK Season 2, 3, 4. Do you think it's a good idea? It's up to you. It really is up to you. Is it a good idea? I don't know. I'd like to stay at the head of at the tip of the spear with the younger the older kingdoms. But if you're looking to have more fun, to utilize these commanders, to gain those commanders again and all that, you can do that. Dev, you have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. GG's. Is TDM, is that TDM from 278? No, this is TDM from 382. It's in the title, actually. It's in the title. I hear about provisions a lot. What is the time for players to start gathering provisions? Any at all time, Sailors. Any at all time. Like, if you're someone who's tasked to be provisioning, you should be provisioning from the beginning as much as humanly possible. And you want to come back like 4 or 5 minutes before the match ends. Or how to do... So it depends on 3 different things. It depends on how you set up your players, how much provisioning you want to do, and essentially timings. Some teams have 5 players who have 2 marches dedicated to provisioning. Some teams have 15 players who have 1 march for provisioning. Some teams have 2 players who are 100% dedicated to provisioning. So, yeah, Jedi, actual coincidence is crazy. You poured and I was like, what the heck? Yeah, we're literally casting from TDM side and you showed up. So, depends on how you set it up. You should be gathering from the beginning all the way to the end. Now, if the match gets tough and you need more marches on the field, you can fall back from provisioning into fighting. For example, in JWM2, I was someone who had 1 march who went provisioning, but against HKL, I stopped provisioning because we needed more field presence. It didn't help, but hey. What roles are you focusing on the jumper account? I'm going with the cavalry I'm cavalry player. I'll be a rally filler. I'm not going to be a rally leader. I could theoretically build myself up to try to be an Attila Takeda rally leader if I hold on to all my sculptures for dear God. And when Attila comes out, Takeda comes out, just get Attila Takeda and be one of those people with Attila Takeda. I'm not entirely sure if that's a good idea or not as a free-to-play player. That has crossed my mind, by the way. That has crossed my mind of like, what if I don't do Yi Seong-Ye, I don't do anything, I just hold for dear life until Attila Takeda comes out, just Attila Takeda and just rally out the wazoo. Probably not a good idea. I think that what'll happen is it'll be a Yi Seong-Ye. I think it'll be a Yi Seong-Ye expertise, and then from there a Saladin 5551. Probably Takeda 5551, so I can use those both and see from there. VIP level low, you have to wait 320 days. I mean, VIP level is not an issue. We can just VIP level. as soon as I hit City Hall 16, and I can start gathering gems, that's all we're gonna be gathering. Period. Reminds me that I need to work on my on the farm a little bit too. Yeah, man, this was a painful loss for the folks of TDM. We can really quickly go take a peek. I need to close you. Turn on that. Where are we? Oh, we're here. Let's hunt a little bit of barbs while we're here. We got some AP to burn. AP. I mean, the crazy thing, right, is that I just haven't pushed because I'm running. I don't have time to record it yet. Well, I do wanna push, right? I just need to record it, and I don't want to record and then have that footage sitting for too long. Look at all this. Ugh. Come on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, chat. Where's gonna open bags? Where's gonna open bags? See, that's the kind of stuff, like, I end up casting, and then I don't pay attention to the, I don't pay attention to the account for a little bit, and then it falls back. Nice. Falls back up. Nice, there we go. So, train. I don't mind, I'll train one round. I don't think we have alliance buffs anyway yet for training. Train, research. We can always get our helps once we get into an alliance. It just lets you click help. You go. Thank you. I didn't see a rune today anyway for research nearby, although there probably should be. That's okay. We need to join an alliance. I'll apply back. I'll still apply back. I'll apply back. I don't care. I'm gonna apply here too. I don't know where these guys sit though. I need to talk to them because I don't know where they sit. I might go join them once we have passes so I can go sit with them. Oh, nice. Right now I'm in like TSS territory. I apply back to here, I guess. No, they kick me because of power. I really don't mind it, honestly. I'm free to play and I'm going until Takeda combo. Oof. Good luck with that. You're very much gonna regret it. You're very much gonna regret it. Although I understand, but you're gonna pretty much have to suck it up for almost a year. You're gonna have to suck it up for almost a year and play epic commanders only to get there. And the question is whether you have the patience for all that reward. Yeah, you're gonna need to get the tier 5s too. You're gonna need to get the gear. It's not gonna be easy. 430k deads from, oof, that's rough, from this KVK. All right, let's see where we sit in honor department. Let's see where we sit on the honor department, chat. We heal lots of tier 1s. Oof. Why are you using tier 1s, Jedi? Why are you using tier 1s? You troll. Why are you trolling? When you rally with 1 troop or 1k, the rally never breaks if all units die. However, in garrison captain will for sure die and get sent home. True. That is true. T1, no troll. Why no T1, no troll in Ark? I have 300k tier 1 calves. If you're using tier 1 calves in Ark, you probably will never make it back to the team. How is that not a troll? And tier 1 calves is a very big troll, by the way. Very, very big troll. Where do we sit? Did we get bumped down? Nope. We're still here, but Hulk is hunting. Hulk is hunting. So we're not going to bother. We're not going to bother competing with him. We'll just take third or less, really. So far, so good. So far, so good. Can Gekko Gaming get a skin? The farmer Gekko get a skin? Farmer Gekko who doesn't have farms out, by the way. Someone commented in a video earlier, like in one of my latest videos, like when I did the 300k coin push, it's like, what a waste of a skin on a farmer. I was like, well, thank you. I'm kind of glad that that's what you guys think, that I'm a farmer. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. There has been a culture of judging people based on your amount of kills and the kinds of troops you've killed. That culture has been festering lately in this community, which is kind of sad because it's like an ego game, right? It's like, hey, look, I got bigger balls than you. Congratulations, you managed to make an integer go up more than I have you managed to make this number go up a little bit more than I have. Congratulations, really. That means that says so much about you, dude. Big cojones on the I have 650k AP on my 20 million city. Might have fun in zone 4. Hey. That's awesome. We're all farmers at the end of the day. Yeah. Any tips for first KVK? Make sure you're making good allies, especially, and hope and pray that you don't get 2v1'd in a corner. That's the only thing that it's out of your control. If you get 2v1'd into a corner, you're in trouble, essentially. If you get 2v1'd in a corner, you're in trouble. So you want to make sure you make good allies, but also you have no way to know where your allies or where you will get placed. So the bigger kingdoms in your KVK will be the ones usually in the corners. So you want to try to get yourself to a point where you have one of the sides be your allies. That way you can get yourself away from getting stuck in zone 4 early on. I had someone bragging to me today that he had better stats, 300 million, 31 million kills, 5 million deaths. That's a bad trade. Quite frankly, I don't play the measuring competitions. I don't play those. It's like, okay, dude, congrats. Is Ark over? Yes. We're about to head out of here, actually. Ark has been over a little bit ago. The folks in TDM lost to Titans of 279, which is actually a very weird coincidence because 279 is one of those kingdoms that I've covered quite a bit. KVK map positioning is set from start of the kingdom. No, no. Is it? Because it's the continent thing, right? So it should be something like this. Maybe you're right. Maybe in KVK season 1, it's based on the order of the continents. Maybe. I don't remember anymore, but you might be right. That is the TDM from 279 originally. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Oh, they're gonna ruin my chain, aren't they? Maybe. Oh, they definitely are. Oof. If they go for the wrong one, they are. Oh, they went for the wrong one. God damn it. They went for the wrong one. Yeah, that's gonna suck. Oh well. Oh well. Take them on. You got, nah. I don't think we got credits for the one of them, did we? Yeah, because they did that. That's sad. If they would have gotten this guy first and then gone for this one, then I would have gotten the credits. But I didn't because they targeted the one and not the other one. That sucks. Oh well. Yeah, it was only a matter of picking the other one before. So you want to pick the one that... The reason I didn't get credits, in case you guys don't know why, when you're doing AoE, you want to make sure that you have one that you're attacking and others that you're attacking with AoE and counter attacking. The one that you are attacking is the one that counts as a fight. The one that you're countering is not, that you're AoEing and countering doesn't count. So if they wanted to save my chain, quote unquote, they would have attacked the one that I was attacking first, and only after I turned to the second one, that's when they went for the second one. But they weren't paying attention. It's not the biggest of deals. They weren't paying attention to that, and they hit whatever. So, oh well. Oh well, it didn't cost us anything. No harm, no foul. Click. Oh, 200 more honor. Nice. That puts us still in third. Damn you, Hulk. It is what it is, though. Chat. I'm out of here. I'm super hungry. It's midnight. Thank you all for chilling with me. Doubled streams today. We did an Ark cast and we did a chill stream 2 hours. Tomorrow, hopefully, the jumper guide for 2020 will be out. And then from there, we have a civil war that broke in Kingdom 369, which we're going to probably upload sometime. You did attack the right one, DS. I saw. I did see that. You know what you're doing. The other guys are just went for it. It's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. Anyway, yeah, we're going to do the new jumper guide. And then from there, we have 369 Civil War, which was actually baby drama, all craziness. It's awesome. We got some footage of that. We got the jumper videos coming up. We have still the top 10 reports from this KVK, which is going to come out this week too. And then 5 tips and 5 goods and bads of Lost Kingdom Light and Darkness videos. We have a set of content set up for this week. And unless something crazy happens that we need to... This is what you should expect this week. Make sure you drop a like on the stream before you leave. And of course, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for chilling with me today. Thank you to all the members. Shout out to you guys for maintaining your membership, being awesome, part of the supporting the channel a little bit extra. Shout out to all of you viewers chilling, smashing the like button, chilling in the comments, lurking in the background. Shout out to all my lurkers. You guys know I love you. Thank you for making my dream slowly and steadily make its way into reality. And I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. I'll be on Discord, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. We'll even maybe stream tomorrow on Twitch, twitch.tv/Gekko Gaming. If you guys want to go check that out, you're more than welcome to. I'll leave a message on Discord in case I do. Until then, take care and have a good one. Peace. DS, you stop lurking.